The Breakfast Club goes in on Neon.
Really skated out of a potentially catastrophic situation with this streamer Neon. Now, in the past, and I really
Neon's
held
so
tightly
ugly,
to that
bro.
title,
So chop.
I gave
Man.
Neon the title of the worst streamer. And this was the era in which Neon was just doing like really saying
Steph, is that
despicable
Steph Curry?
stuff, doing despicable stuff, and not.
How I was introduced to Neon is he was a Fortnite YouTuber, and at like I think he was like 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. He said that he had cancer and he was going to die for views. And then once he got the views, he got a bunch of views because his like one of his wishes or hopes was that he could blow up and be a big giant YouTuber and like the dying make a wish type kid thing. And what ended up happening was after like I think what is like a month. I don't even know how it was like a month or no, it might have been a couple months. He came back and was like, "I'm not dead," and that he lied and said his parents figured it out and that he got the cancer surgery or heart surgery or whatever, and he would survive. And then a commentary video, I forgot who made a video breaking down how this nigga straight up lied and he never had cancer to begin with. His parents weren't whatever he said they was, and then he came with an apology video. That's how he got his whole start on the you see how fucked this shit is? This is how fucked this shit is. A nigga can fake and act like they're gonna die when there's actual kids out there dying to get views, money, and then he can pivot from that and build an actual audience that loves and defends him whenever, even if he don't get his karma right then and there, if he gets his karma later on because his foundation started as not being a good person, niggas will still ride and die for him. That's crazy to me. If niggas like that can get it, that means anybody can get it. There's no reason why you, a good person, shouldn't have it if a terrible nigga like him can get it. No
And you guys
excuse.
know I'm not somebody that gets
No
offended by
excuse.
nearly anything, but it was just
That guy looks like
it
a
was
GTA
lowest
character.
common denominator gutter content, like easy bait. But he went on the Breakfast Club, which
That
is
was
why
good.
would you ever go there? I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, why would you go to
And
Breakfast Club? That's a
they
black platform.
started off
Why would he go to a black platform when he's already openly disrespected black people and hanged out with people that don't like black people? Why
grilling
would you
him
do that? He's
immediately.
stupid.
So I'm a
You don't go to the lion's den and get mad when the lion starts growling at you and is ready to eat you. You don't. You don't go to the. You don't walk. You don't walk past a bear and go, "Why are you trying to bite me? Why are you trying to kill?" It's a bear. Get the fuck away from the bear, then, nigga.
play you guys this first clip right here.
Said that you would his mom and that she's a fat Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, she's
That's what you said. That's what he said specifically to Kai's mom. That is so disrespectful to a black. You called his mom a fat Harriet Tubman? Do you know how? Do you know how not only racist that is, but do you know how like fuck the race? That's just so disrespectful to him as a man and to just us as a culture. Like, who says something like that? And mind you, Kai has been the biggest streamer since 2021, 2022. So that means he did this in the past 2-3 years. If my timeline straight, he's what 19 now. So he did that when he was like 16. So he is definitely in a consciousness state to like when you're 16, you know what you're talking about. Like you know what you're saying. You don't not know, and you're completely oblivious to the fact of the things you say to people don't affect them. You understand the basics of life at 16. So yeah, that nigga, he was in his right mind when he said that. He said that just out of pure malice and disrespect. Yeah, this little nigga, he better be lucky he didn't get his ass beat, bro. And I'm not talking about a UFC fighter. How he be doing those UFC? He lucky he didn't get his ass beat by an actual person.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So not only did you disrespect Kai's mother, you disrespected Harriet Tubman?
Right.
Yeah, because like I said at the time, it wasn't really a thing where I just did whatever, what came to mind. Like I was just like the shock factor. Like
If that like, and he said what to came to your mind. Let's break this down on an even deeper level. So if you get angry at somebody or you get in an argument with somebody, and the first thing that pops up in your mind is to disrespect their culture, their heritage, and their mother, that's the first thing. That says a lot about what's brewing underneath the surface. Like when somebody gets mad at you and they just start saying a bunch of things, disrespecting your parents, disrespecting your home, disrespecting you as a person, and like it just says a lot about how they've always felt about you, because that's how they go when they get mad at you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's weird as fuck. That's the first thing that came to your mind to say about Kai. You could have said his forehead was big or something, or he's short, but you just went to his mom and our race, which, mind you, Kai's not even African American, dumbass. He's Haitian, so he's not even related. They're not even related to Harriet Tubman and them. That's not even the same lit. Just a dickhead, bro. Just ignorant dickhead.
I wasn't thinking. Obviously, now that I'm in the real world, now I'm going out and experiencing stuff.
Thinking. It's the fact. It's the fact to even say you have to think. I think whenever you're more of a genuine good person, not to say everything you think is just positive rainbows like me, right? But I shouldn't have to think about not disrespecting somebody. My natural state is a respectful state, so I don't have to think. You see how he's saying? It's like he's saying I have to think before I just want to come out my mouth and disrespect somebody. So it's like you still want to disrespect me. It's just now you got more to lose, and you know there's actual repercussions for it, so you don't want to do it. That's the difference. You see? So he hasn't changed in a sense of who he is as a person, which is not his job. He's an entertainer at the end of the day. But he hasn't changed as a person. He's just changed his approach for the betterment of his business and the safety of himself. But hey, sometimes I'll take what I can get. If that's what it takes for him to stop disrespecting black women, I'll take it. I'll take it.
So here they came at, they just pulled up a highlight reel of every major clip.
Yes, and I see. I love the Breakfast Club because they're for black people. See, nobody ever fully held this nigga accountable for all the shit he did. He faked and act like he had death and cancer when there's actual kids out there who have shit like that for money and views. Nobody, although people called him out for that, he never paid for it because look, he's still one of the biggest streamers on Kick right now. Millions of dollars, millions of fans, right? Nobody ever called him out for the disrespect towards black women. Nobody's ever called him out for the misuse of his influence and his power, his misguidance. Nobody. So I love that the Breakfast Club, specifically for black people and the things he's done against black people, I love that they're holding him accountable, because you're not going to just get our audience, come to all of us and disrespect us and expect us to just like say. I was hanging with a homie, and we had this Asian dude, and we were at DreamCon, one of the biggest black conventions in the world. And this nigga's gonna sit here in the car and say that at this all black convention, there was not a single pretty girl. He's a little Filipino nigga. I'm like, what? So you're telling me, I asked him, I said, so you're telling me out of all these 100,000 black people, black women you saw or whatever, you telling me you couldn't find a single one of them? You couldn't even appreciate their beauty? I'm not saying you have to date them or none, but I'm saying you couldn't find none of them appreciative of their beauty. He said, no, I'm not giving nobody their flowers if black women aren't attractive. I said, I'm not even attracted to Asian women like that, but there's definitely pretty Asian women. There's cute Asian women. There's beauty, and you can appreciate their beauty. But it's like for you to even say something like that and disrespect my whole woman is a race. That's my mom. That's my sister you're talking about. My cousin. That I wasn't fucking with that nigga no more after that. Cause like you're a weirdo. Like that just, if that's what's going on beneath the surface and that's how you feel, it just says a lot about how you view us as a whole. If you feel like none of black women are attractive, or you quick to call an old black woman Harriet Tubman, it's like you're saying, oh, all black people are like slaves still. All black women are below. Like it feeds into white supremacy, the lighter skin supremacy. It feeds into colorism, you know, and it leads to behaviors that we've seen with this nigga. So, and that's gonna lead to that same behavior in his fans, since his fans are gonna copy how he talks, how he acts, how he dresses, how he walks. So this whole thing is very dangerous if you don't call out niggas like this right then and there when they're doing shit like this, and you don't cut them off, because we'll see in the future.
He said that was negative, and they attacked him for it. Now, keep in mind, Neon, he was the guy that blew up as a teen. If you guys remember, this was maybe not 10 years ago. This was like 6-7 years ago. There was a meme.
Yeah, Sneako's a weird bitch too. Sneako's a dumb fuck too. He's a dumb fuck, bro. Sneako's a dumb fuck, bro. He's a panderer. He started off deep and he wanted more, but a little bit of fame, money, and influence and fans gassed this nigga up into thinking he was a god, like on some Kanye shit. And then once the money left, money dried up, fans dried up, platforms didn't want him no more, he started pandering with Kanye and shit. Sneako is Sad to see.
Of this guy who had faked cancer and like faked that he died so he could blow up on YouTube.
He's a shithead, bro. I remember that thumbnail, shithead again.
And he continued that. It wasn't like, oh, he was like 13, 14 and he didn't know, or even if he was 15, 16 and
at 13, 14, you know this is wrong. We're not gonna act like this. Like at 13, 14, you know this is wrong. Stop it. When you know to fake your death online for millions. You know that's wrong. I don't care if niggas like it's like you're not too young to make millions of dollars. You're not too young to travel the world. You're not too young to have a Lamborghini, but you're too young to hold yourself accountable. Nah, it don't work like that.
He just did a clout move. No, he continued to build upon that for years. And that's why I gave him that title, that very strongly held title that I haven't given anybody else yet. I do strip him of that now. Boy. Now, I don't know who I'm going to hand that title to now. But, yeah, so they came at him for, like, maybe the Kai and his mom situations which he has apologized for. But they kept on pressing him. Now, I will say...
I don't give a fuck that he apologized. He only apologized because niggas probably got on his ass about it. For you to even say... See, and it's like, hello, sign extra. Yo, I get it, you're doing your whole thing with the hip hop and all that, but I'm gonna be honest, you're obviously not black. So you're not gonna it's so funny how people will see somebody else disrespect black people, not knowing the fact of what we've been through and the implications of disrespecting us to an audience that's gonna follow through on that disrespect and making it normal. So when we press them about it because we've been through things, niggas don't see it as that serious because y'all don't go through and y'all haven't been through what we've been through. And it's not to say, yeah, nigga, I'm harder than you. No, we all human at the end of the day. But it's just like we gonna hold you accountable for shit like this. We're not gonna just blow by it. You just finna come to our cookout after disrespecting my mom who cooked that plate for you. Fuck no. We gonna ask you about that. I don't like when other people defend people for being disrespectful. Because even if you say, well, he already apologized, that doesn't the disrespect was still the disrespect at the end of the day.
The way that this went is Jess Hilarious. She was just trying to destroy the guy. They were all underinformed on Neon, for sure. It was as if somebody that had seen Neon a couple of times, and you're like, yo, I saw you about this clip. Can you give me context on this? There was no research done beforehand. And it seemed like
there doesn't need to be any research when there's disrespect. When somebody disrespects you, your heritage, your culture, your background, there's no need to do heavy research. You disrespect. Your actions are like always gonna speak louder. Just the fact that you do something like that lets me know what type of person you are. I don't care what you've done. Just the fact that you blatantly disrespected a black woman. And called her a slave is an insult, and said you was going to sexually violate her, like the overseers and owners of the plantations did on purpose to psychologically break our ancestors. That says enough.
If he was actually interested not only in Neon but in how streaming worked, I would say he was the most curious and inquisitive, fair, balanced person there. Charlemagne was just trying to do the Charlemagne thing. He's trying to make fun of him. He's trying to have him apologize multiple times. He's like, nah, apologize on this platform. Yeah, apologize to Harriet Tubman's family too. Apologize to this person. So he was just trying to play him, and I don't think Neon saw through that. And then Lauren LaRosa, she was just, I would say she was just, Like, she shared one of her stories, which was, I think it was her mother or a family member of hers that had survived. I believe it was a brain tumor. And that's what Neon had lied about years ago when he was a kid.
He's a weirdo.
And I think
nigga, what you are is what you are. It doesn't give a fuck if you're 12 or you're 21. What you are is what you are. They were right to make him address it. Thank you. The Breakfast Club. Thank you. The dude got away with terrorizing and being blatant racist on for you. Thank you. Evading. Thank you. These guys, are we defending Neon right now? Right. Thank you. I appreciate it. God, watch out for the ones who defend Neon or Aiden. Let's tell him just makes these videos for money. Clickbait, Reggie. Thank you. Did you watch the episode? Do you know him? Hey, you're free to just be you always express his real opinions. Brother Racist. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not even finna finish this video. Hello, sign extras. I ain't gonna lie. I lost a little bit of respect for you, bro. But I get it. You're not black. You're not for us. It never was your job to be for us. But I'm gonna explain to you really quick, Neon. I'm gonna explain to all of you commentary channels that are defending Neon why we don't like Neon. Right?
If you're thinking about buying or selling a house.
Hold up. I'm going to explain to all of you commentary channels why we don't like Neon. All the commentary channels defending Neon, I'm going to explain to y'all why we don't like Neon. Because he blatantly disrespected a black slave, right? Harriet Tubman, one of the greatest black slaves to ever, black innovators, period. That's like for us to disrespect George Washington or the Queen of England, right? That's what Harriet Tubman is for us. He disrespected her. And then he said he was going to sexually violate Kai Cenat's mother. And this is the same thing that slaves used to go through. They used to be sexually violated on plantations to psychologically break all of us. So it doesn't matter if he apologized or y'all keep saying he was a kid. He was too young to understand that he faked his death. He was too young to understand he was disrespecting people. But he's not too young to get a Lambo. But he's not too young to get rich. He's not too young to travel the world. He's not too young to figure out success. But he's too young to understand disrespect and respect. Y'all keep saying we don't know him like that, or he's always been honest and he was just speaking his mind. If the first thing that comes to your mind is disrespect and racism, that says a lot about you. And the reason why I don't like you commentary channels who defend him is because y'all are the exact same problem as him. Y'all come and use our culture, right? Like this nigga right here at Hello Sign Extra. This nigga will come here and make all these videos about hip hop black culture while being a white guy, right? Y'all use all our culture. But when it comes time to defend it, the same way Kendrick Lamar was saying, when it comes time to defend our culture, when a black person is killed in cold blood, blatant racism, when a black person is slimed out of deals, when a black person is done dirty because of blatant racism, colorism, when it comes to Adochi, when it comes to protecting black women, black men anywhere in the media, what the fuck do y'all do? Y'all just commentate, or y'all become hush mode, or y'all defend the Neons, y'all defend the Aidens. Y'all defend all the people that take disrespect and pimp our culture. That's why we don't like Neon. That's why we don't like Aiden. That's why we don't like y'all. Respectfully, y'all are culture. This is what we mean by y'all are the culture vultures. Y'all are the colonizers. All y'all hip hop white comment, all y'all niggas you talking about all our culture, gossiping about it, but don't do anything to protect it. Y'all aren't a part of it. You have a white family. Everything about you is white. This is why we don't like y'all. And this is why we will continue to press the Neons. This is why we will continue to press the Aidens unapologetically. Thank you very much. Have a good motherfudging day.